Okay, so there are two really good options to send out your film to get it processed. Now, I live on the East Coast, so CineLab is where I'm going to send mine off to because they're in Massachusetts, so the turnaround is going to be a little bit quicker if I go that route. For people on the West Coast, check out pro8mm.com for Pro 8mm. And they have tons of video examples, and they do really cool stuff with even like rigging up old Super 8 cameras and like maxing out the aspect ratio. So it's called like Super 8 Max, which gives you a wider format by going inside the camera and taking out some unnecessary parts. And I would check that out for those on the West Coast. These guys are definitely good about posting YouTube videos, instructional stuff. There's great tips that I've used from here that I put in this video, so I would definitely check them out. But I'm going to go through CineLab just because they're on the East Coast and I'll be quicker. So what you want to do is go to their homepage, and you're going to go to the contact, orders, fax, and shipping area, and we need to print out an order form. It's going to be the customer information form and the laboratory and HD telecine work order. Now, the customer information form is pretty standard, so we'll skip that, but we'll dive into this laboratory and HD telecine work order because it's a little more complex. So let's do that. Under the laboratory and HD telecine work order, we're going to give our name, phone number, email, you know the drill, number of rolls. So I'm just going to be shipping out one roll, and for footage, they're asking you how many feet of film you have. So we have one roll, so it's going to be 50 feet. If you had two rolls, it'd be 100 feet. For the film type, we're going to be doing the 500T color reversal 7219, and we're going to be shooting a lot with that. And we're going to develop normal, so we'll check there with the HD transfer, check. Let's say you were also sending in one roll of the Tri-X reversal, black and white, and you didn't want it to be HD transferred. You just wanted developing only, so you would come here and check that box. And you could get it transferred if you wanted to. So we're shooting on Super 8, so we need to check that. So with best light and scene to scene corrected is a little more expensive because the person doing the telecine is going to go by each scene and raise the exposure or lower the exposure for each clip. For best light, it's just going to do a whole pass on your whole roll. So I'm just going to go with best light for now. The output formats, I'm going to do it to a PC. Now, I talked to them on the phone, and just by talking to them just for a little bit, it sounds like they're more comfortable doing the ProRes transfers as opposed to the Avid. So I would just do ProRes. Minimum accepted hard drive is 16 gigabytes. So that looks pretty good. So I think we're done with this part. All right, so once we got the forms good to go, put it in here. And we're going to take this to the UPS store, and you even can include a return shipping label, and they'll just ship it back in the same package. Let's go ship our film out. Okay, I wanted to mention when you send off this stuff, is when you send your test roll off, you are going to be charged $10 if you don't provide your own film reel so they can put the processed film in. That's something I just didn't know, and I just wanted to let you guys know. So I'm sure you can find these for relatively cheap, but just to save you 10 bucks, if you can provide one of these, it'll save you $10. And one other thing is that I didn't realize that you have to have a $50 minimum of digitized footage. So if you send in just one roll, it's around 18 bucks. It's not going to meet the $50 minimum, so you're going to have to send in around 3 rolls, around 150 feet to meet their $50 minimum, something I wasn't aware of, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. So you can't essentially just shoot a test roll, but you can shoot what they call a tail end. And a tail end is pretty much, they'll expose or they'll process the last 10 to 20 feet of a reel just to make sure it works. So shooting just one test roll and sending it in to get it digitized may not be the right way if you're doing color reversal. What I would recommend for people doing test rolls is to do the Tri-X black and white reversal film, which is cheaper, and it's going to be cheaper to process it because all you have to do is shoot it and send it in to get it processed, and they'll send it back to you, and then you could hook it up to a Super 8 projector, and then you can watch it via the projector to make sure everything looks good. So I think that is the best way to go because you're not going to have to worry about that $50 minimum charge that CineLab is going to charge you if you wanted to get your stuff digitized. So I would recommend going that route. And don't forget to provide a reel if you can, $10, and provide a thumb drive, 16 gigabyte minimum. That's all for now. Thanks again for checking this out. Stay tuned for part 3 coming up very soon, where we're going to be going more in depth on the shoot of our little short film. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you later.